What's good, y'all? It's PLD Canyon. I'm back with another reaction. Oh, excuse me. What's good, y'all? It's PLD Canyon. I'm back with another reaction video. We have Josh Johnson, and this one is called Tariff Tantrum. America versus China and the world. I don't know how y'all algorithm is looking like as far as like scrolling and stuff, but my reels have been cooking with the memes. My favorite one so far that I can just think off of the top of my head about like this situation because I don't really feel like I have to explain this one. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Y'all know Trump was saying he was going to do tariffs for a while, and then the moment he decided to threaten tariffs on the biggest countries like China, he surprisingly didn't threaten tariffs on Russia. That's his best buddy, we know. But yeah, he put the tariffs on China, and then China was like, bet, we just gonna double it. So someone did an AI thing where, if y'all remember this on Mace's podcast, I think he was like addressing Drake's big dog. What's his name? What's his name? I can't think of it right now, but it was something to where like he was trying to check him, and like it was like this viral clip where he was like, we're not your little niggas. Like little niggas have big homies." And I was just like, that is kind of facts. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, that's literally probably how the China, you know what I'm saying, leader was like. He was like, who the fuck is this guy to charge us? Do y'all not owe everything? Do y'all not get everything from us? So, you know what I'm saying? That's just a little wild to me, but hey, I don't run this country. I just live in it. So that's y'all boy. That's y'all boy. I don't know about I don't know about me. I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trust this country off rip. But we gonna get a nice little. I've been loving binging these Josh Johnson ones because I just love Josh Johnson as a comedian, and I'm loving that he's like giving us like a lot of content and it's good. So like he deserves all his flowers. See, because it's the flower store. He's getting. He deserves all the flowers he's getting, and I just hope he continues to uh you know what I'm saying, just do his thing because what he's doing right now, it is really awesome. Like it's really making waves, breaking boundaries. People who don't even like listen to liberal stuff, I see them tapping into Josh Johnson to like get another perspective, and that's cool to me. That's what's supposed to happen. Like I know the internet's designed for us to stay in our bubbles, but I love it. That's my yap. With that being said, y'all already know how I do with these because they're a little bit longer. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you're new because all we do is chill over here. With that being said, let's get into the video.
Texas, please make it loud for Josh Johnson!
It's Tiff. It's kind of cool. That is a cool ass venue. Holy shit.
If I'm truly being honest with y'all, one thing I've not been able to stop thinking about is the tariffs.
Man.
It's like is all I can think about because all I read about because it seemed like everybody is like, oh, this is bad.
Yep.
I know people who do not watch the news at all that are like, why is everything red? Did everybody change logos or something? Every time I turn on TV, everything red. What is that? Something going on.
Something going on.
No. In case you have not been aware, in case you're trying to protect yourself,
I guess we go this way. Stock's going
and
down.
go about your day. There's been a bit of a trade war going on. The wildest thing about a trade war is that you are allowed to like. Okay.
When you guys are okay, you know you're about to start
Okay, you know how when you were like on the playground and you know somebody would be like, my dad can beat up your dad. You think your dad?
I already know where you're going with this.
Like, yeah, I think my dad could be up your dad. And then, you know, kid one over here is like, yeah, well, my dad goes to CrossFit. And, you know, kid two is like, yeah, well, my dad has been to jail. Sort of the CrossFit of life.
I see exactly where this is going.
So I bet you my dad can beat up your dad. And then, you know, other kid, CrossFit kid, dad is like, you know, my dad, he he has swords. He has swords, so you can try to beat him up, but he'll chop your dad up. And then kid two is like, well, my dad has guns. That's actually why he had to go to the CrossFit of life. It's because he has lots of those. A couple swords too, but he prefers to bring the guns when he
couple swords too.
Then, you know, CrossFit sword dad kid. It's like, yeah, well, my dad is 6'5", so he could definitely beat up your dad, and then gun, jail. Kid is like, oh, my dad is 5'2", so he has quite a chip on his shoulder. So
you're definitely getting
your
shot.
dad will be dying.
Your dad will be dying.
And
That short man syndrome.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like nothing has to happen in the moment, but it is a lot of being behind the desk. Like, I bet you my economy can beat up your economy.
Yep.
And yeah, we know that Trump loves tariffs because even in his first term, he had a lot of tariffs on China for steel and everything. And he campaigned on tariffs and what he thought tariffs would do, at least what he says that they'll do for the U.S. economy in the long run. And so we know that he is serious about the tariffs. I think there were definitely some people that thought that he wasn't serious about the tariffs, and that was a mistake because he was very serious about the tariffs.
He was very serious.
He was so serious about the tariffs that apparently, now look, I'm going to do my best here. I am both paraphrasing for the sake of brevity and going off of things that I've read and things that I've been told, and I am not an economist, so I'll do my best job, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be wrong, okay?
Yep.
But I'm going to be as close to right
Close
as
to
possible.
right. That's all we need.
But apparently this man loves tariffs so much that right when he took office, there were economists, conservative, Trump voting Republican economists who, while leaning right, still understand the economy. They still. That's not a dig. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the two things can exist together. I'm saying that they understand the economy and they vote the way they vote, but they know the numbers. Is what I'm saying. Because I'm not an economist. They understand the economists. Kind of. So they immediately went to work coming up with tariff plans, so that way, whenever Trump wanted to enact his tariffs, they would have the numbers ready, right? And so they did all the math, and they did all the going back and forth, and did all the figuring out that could be figured, And then they went to Trump, and he wasn't happy with the plan, apparently, because in order to enact the tariffs the way that he wants, the numbers, a lot of them at least, were quite small. So then Trump, paraphrasing, but he was like, what is this 1.7? What is this 2.8, these 2.3, this 0.8? No, we need big numbers. We need to impress the people. You gonna send me out there and embarrass me in front of America? I need big numbers. Get me some big numbers, which apparently is why when he walked out with that poster board, you know that... you saw the board, that board?
Big numbers.
You saw that poster board, it looked like homework, right? Like that poster board. Yeah, poster board out, and he was going down the line, right? He was going down and just naming places like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, little bit of jelly donut, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, a little bit of chicken grease. That was not 100, that was a 10, 10, 10, 10, 94. Because he hit the world with 10% tariffs. If you were anywhere on Earth, you could get this 10.
Other than Russia.
Please don't think you can't get this 10 just because.
Bruh, I figured that out through a reel, so it might not be accurate, but if y'all remember the Anna, something that's like, they're like animals, and it gives like a Disney type of feel, and they were like naming all the countries in the world, and pretty much it was saying it was going to be silent for every country that gets tariffed, and every single country they named was silent, other than countries that no longer exist anymore compared to the time that they made that video. And the only other country that they named while they were going through that was Russia. And I was like, that's how I figured out Russia was the only country that wasn't going to get a 10% tariff. Like, what? That's insane.
Uninhabited. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
Anybody.
Please believe me when I tell you. Anybody can get it. You think you cute because you just got some little aminals on your little island? You still getting it, all right? We don't care. This is America. We do what we do when we feel like it.
Yeah.
10, 10, 10, 34, 10, 10, 10,
34.
78, 10, 10,
58, damn.
Spring is fast approaching, and spring is the perfect time to do a fresh declutter.
And it was perplexing. The economists didn't understand it. Top Republicans didn't understand it. Even the people that were in support of Trump and his tariffs couldn't tell you that they really understood it. No one really understood it because there wasn't too much to understand. Everybody who does numbers was like, ooh, this is not numbers. This is not the numbers that I thought it was when I thought they were on like CNBC, basically any money channel, any money news channel. When these tariffs went out, they were on there cursing live. They were like, fine us, we don't care. We're all gonna die.
Fine us, we don't care.
You think I care about $10,000? I'll throw you another couple. The dude who does the bleeps must have had money in the market because he was gone. They were up there cursing live. I couldn't believe it. Normally, you'd even see the blurry mouth. I saw them enunciate the swear words. I was like, okay. This might be bad then. If the people who do money all day are upset and they looking at the red and everything look upside down on the graphs, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go up.
Everything
like
pointing down.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a little low. Dow Jones was not playing. That Dow Jones was like, hey, I'm dead, y'all. No. Yeah,
smoke pulling up.
That S&P 500 was down to 5. It was bad. It's like these were rough moments we were in, and nobody really understood why. We lost $3 trillion of value in the market in a day. People were showing me pictures of the stock market and the S&P and the Dow, and then their portfolio, and I was like, man, we got to pick a different color because that much red ain't good for your eyes. But yeah, apparently, there were economists that tried to figure out something that would do what Trump said they wanted to do, but he was like, no, I need to go out to the people and really make a
doing all right, bro.
Hell yeah.
statement, and I need to make a statement for the other nations. They take this thing seriously. So, 10, give me some 34s, give me some 55s. Like, take anything, just bring it all to me. And they were like, sir, that isn't math. That may not work, but Trump was so dead set on going to the other countries. Like, you get it.
The summary, he's doing sort of like current event stuff. So he's pretty much talking about how Trump tried to do tariffs on China, and then China was like, we're just going to tariff you right back. And then Trump was like, let me take some time to think about that now.
Oh my.
So yeah.
It's little shit like that, right? It's like,
Man, yeah, bro. So.
Tariff, you get a tariff. Like an opposite Oprah, like a reverse Oprah.
Opposite.
like my pizza place I just went to today talking.
You get a tariff. You cry and take that tariff, right?
Yep.
And now this part, I hope, is not true. I'm repeating it because I've read it in 5 different places. It's been told to me 3 different times. He's going to say Russia wasn't. But apparently, he sort of sent away the plan that the actual economists wrote up, and then he asked someone else to draw up a plan that would do the tariffs truly bigly, right? Like we really making a statement. And in doing that, they did apparently, I don't want this to be true because it means we're all doomed, but apparently they did ask ChatGPT what to do with the when they type that in to ChatGPT, like, you sure, dog? Like,
ain't no fucking way. And it's crazy. You probably haven't heard of this, but pretty much, the vice president and like some of the top government officials pretty much initiated missile strike through a group chat on like WhatsApp.
The fuck? Wait, huh?
It don't even sound real, but literally.
I have to hear that again.
JD Vance and like government officials, they was in like this WhatsApp type of account, and then literally they initiated a drone strike through the account, like, yeah, send it through. And then, of course, it's on, like, a WhatsApp, and they, like, a journalist got in the group chat, so it leaked. And, yeah.
What the fuck?
This happened, like, 2 weeks ago.
A drone strike where?
In Yemen.
Where's that at?
Somewhere. I can't think of it.
What the fuck is it?
Yeah, so Chat GPT is insane. What's the best?
Which is a fitting bit of irony, though. It is kind of funny to me that like ChatGPT wrote up a formula that was then applied that then tanked the stock of the company that owns ChatGPT. Like that's a little closed loop. But
Beautiful closed loop indeed.
ChatGPT went ahead and did its thing. You know, they asked him, "Hey, how can we tariff the whole world and not have everybody die?" And ChatGPT was like, "I don't know about the die part, but I will get you
I don't know about the
a little
die
formula real quick." And it went, "Vrrr," and then it dropped this formula, and that's the same formula that they've been showing. Now, this formula, it does have all the components of like a math equation. It's got the parentheses in there. It's got some X and some Y. Has
So
a
this
little
sounds
cursive.
professional.
It has that little squiggly thing for when you divide it. I think it
Okay.
has everything that you've ever like looked at a meme about confusion that was coming at you. It's in there. It's all that stuff. All that beautiful mind.
Oh, the meme about
stuff
confusion.
is what's in the thing. It's got some tops. It's got some bottoms. It's got some other like little symbols rubbing together and everything. But apparently, when plugging in any type of numbers into this equation, they still got the math wrong. So no matter if
So
this thing came from
AI
ChatGPT
got the
or if
math
it came
wrong?
from some mathematic genius, when applied, it was still applied wrong because the tariffs more went towards the tariff amounts more went to trying to reciprocate the amount of money with countries that we had a deficit with than the actual like reciprocal tariff, if that makes sense. Like we applied that thing as if, they're just tariffing us this much, so we're going to tariff them the same amount. But rather than actually doing that, we were like, here is some math just to make everybody confused real quick, and then we'll actually go ahead and slap a tariff on them for their deficit or for their surplus, which also does not make any sense because then we're both punishing people who buy a lot from us and punishing the people we sell to off the things that we sold them to make things for us, right? So
That is just shooting yourself in the foot.
Like,
Just to prove a point.
it's
Insane.
basically like being in a bad marriage where like it's like being in a
You
bad
already
marriage
made
where
the
it's like, well,
connection.
I don't know why you hate me. You married me. Like I'm just over here being your husband. I don't really get why you so mad at me right now. Ooh, you hate me, but you married me. Anyway.
So last night you used
I don't know what to
Honestly,
say. Like
nothing.
it's just Trump.
And so that
Like,
is partially where we landed, which is distressing. You know, that first day, these tariffs get applied, the markets react and everything, and $3 trillion
we lost $3 trillion
of
in a
value
day.
is just gone, sort of wiped out
In one day.
in the moment. And then the next day, it was worse because the next day they were like, "Oh, we still doing it because we can get redder. We can get. Oh, we haven't even broke out all the red in the crayon box yet. We can keep
yeah,
getting
it
red."
just-
And then there was like another $6 trillion loss
$6
from
trillion
overtime. But like
loss
we were
in,
at
like-
$6 trillion, I think, by like that Friday at 4 p.m. or something. And then we lost money over the weekend, which I didn't even think was possible. I thought the whole point of the market closing was to close. Don't keep counting.
Still losing money.
That doesn't feel fair to me to keep counting even though we closed and now I owe more than I owed before. That's not fair at all. But then when Japan opened up and Japan was pledging about 8% on their market, and then our futures were also our futures, you know the future, you know the thing you're supposed to look forward to, that was also looking bleak for us. And then our market opened and the market was like, no, we still dying, dog.
Damn.
I'm not pretending. I'm not going to pretend to know math. You know what I mean? I've met math. I've been affected by math, for sure. Math rules everything around me, yes. But when I tell you that the reason I don't want to hold like public office, I don't want to do any of that stuff, is because I don't want my math to affect anybody else because I'm bad at it. I'm bad at math. The only time that my math affects other people's lives is when it's my turn to pay at dinner. And that is a bummer for everyone. That is, you can feel it. Okay. When it's my turn to pay for the check and I'm trying to, in my head, out loud, figure out the tip to then add I got to divide to do the tip, and then I got to add the number I just divided and then put that together and put that on the total on the merchant copy, all right? We're all up to speed. We've all been to a restaurant. But watching me do that, it instantly feels like when the teacher would make you read in class, but you knew a big word was coming up. You had been trying to sound out this word while the teacher was talking about some other stuff because you had already counted the paragraphs. The teacher making everybody go one paragraph for paragraph for paragraph, and you like, okay, I'm sitting here, which means I'm 8 paragraphs away. That's my word. Oh, no. And so then you trying to sound out the word in your head, but you can't sound out in your head. So you're like, maybe I'm not even sounding out right now because my head is quiet. And then they get to you and it's your turn to read and you're like reading all good, killing it. You even sounding out the commas, you know what I mean?
I'm just thinking of this other reel I had, scene where someone was like, they were like bringing their people in chat and like they had to like pronounce a random word on the screen and they pronounced it wrong, they got banned.
You see that comment, you go, pause. And then you finally hit that big word and you're like, all right.
Whatever that says. That's what I'll say. I'll say that out
Are you
loud.
old enough now you don't want to sound like you sounded out because everybody will think you can't read even though you read half the paragraph with no problem? You did mic drops on those periods. Anytime there was a period in a sentence, you were like, this good textbook right here. Yeah, what do y'all know about this English lesson, this Chaucer, okay? And then you finally get to the word and you're like, that's a cough. That was a cough. That wasn't even me reading just now. That's
Back to the microphone. Beatboxing. You just gotta breeze over the word. Can't read the word.
And the teacher goes, scrumptious?
Not scrumptious. Keep them in school longer.
I was getting to it. I was getting to it. I was just trying to enjoy the word. I was trying to chew on the word. You the one getting all impatient and stuff. You trying to teach us patience. You're not even patient. That's me. Like at least the closest I come to ruining everybody's life with math is when it's my turn to pay at dinner and I'm trying to factor out loud the tip and I'm hearing me try to do math in my head, hearing a grown man say carry the is not going to inspire confidence in my abilities, right? If I'm sitting there with the, okay, and then you got the two right there. Anytime I got to do math without a calculator or a pencil, it's a whole conversation. I'm literally sitting there like, all right, so, you know, I'm going to do 25% because she was killing it, all right? So 25%, that's even better because it's also a quarter. Now I just got to break this down into 4 parts and then put that line there, right? So now all I got to do is get you to be still, be still, be still, be still. Stop it. I'm telling a 6 to stop it out loud at the table. Stop moving, all right? So now we going to carry the 3. And if that 6 will be still, I think we at 9. No, that's up. That's not even division. That's more. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put a 4 here. And that 4 going to slide up and trip that 5. Going to kick the legs up under that 5. And then that's a 1. Why couldn't this be an even number? Why couldn't somebody just order the guacamole like I said? That would have got us closer. Okay, so...
Why don't you just pull out your phone, sir?
3, that's 10 anyway, so that's 10. So now we know we're going to have a 2 in there. I know y'all want to go. All right? Get in the car then. Get in the car. I'll follow.
I'm getting it from me.
Yeah. And then I get embarrassed.
Do the math for you.
I get embarrassed, and so I just write the total twice, and then I'm like, at least if I tip 100%, nobody could be mad at me. But then I'm sitting there like, can I really afford this? Because then I got to get in the car and do the math in my head of my account. I'm like, all right, so we eating on Sunday, all right? Tomorrow is a business day. It's not going to go through till tomorrow. So if I add a 20 to the account... Ooh,
that really be how I'm doing it. that really be in my head though. Like when you budget in your head, that's literally like I feel like that's been my last couple of days.
We're in a bad way.
I do this, I do that, I do that.
One of the biggest problems that I think is facing Americans and the country is that we don't have a sort of cohesive identity of care for each other. So, for instance, something could happen to a large swath of Americans, and there'd be other Americans that are like, good, I don't care, whatever. And I'm not saying any country is perfect. And I know that some of the countries I'm mentioning have at least a little bit of a homogeny to them and everything. But whether you're Portuguese, you're Spanish, you're Italian, you're Brazilian, you're Mexican, when something happens and it happens to your countrymen, you see it as happening to your countrymen because they're all in a country together. They're all like in this thing together. I'm not saying there's not poor and rich and they don't have some of the same problems that we have. I'm not saying that factions haven't split people more than ever before, especially with the internet. I'm just saying that like they can look at a person they don't know and be like, that is my countryman, right? And we haven't had something like that for a long time. There are whole parts of the country that if you put them in a room together, we assumed they would fight. We assumed they would come to blows almost immediately, just off of like, hey, do you want to pass the salt? Like just like not even a political thing, just it would just happen eventually, you know? And I thought that the connective tissue that we had as a country would put us together cohesively was at least like capital. I thought it was at least money. I thought that money would be at least the one thing that made us go, all right, we should all stop and figure this thing out right now. If it's not money, I don't know what it is. Like visiting another country and seeing it doesn't have to be this way is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's
Just
what we're not
looking
allowed
at
to
it
do. I'm
in
surprised
videos
we're
is
allowed to
insane.
still travel. Because if you go anywhere else on like planet Earth, and I'm not talking about every place, I'm just saying, there are places that you look around and you'll be like, y'all don't just punch people in the face for being broke? Y'all don't do that? Wow, all right, crazy. Going to another country that's like functioning and seeing how they operate is like going to a functional family's house for dinner. Like it's just
Damn. No, for real. That was a perfect example.
He had to think about it and still found the right
He's
thing.
found the right one.
Everybody sitting at the table together. All right.
They went to the table together. He
got
cooked with
kids.
that one. Damn.
Invited me over as a guest, and y'all just all smiling. As the dad, you're just sitting there. You're just sitting there asking your kids about their day. Their day at school. What are you doing, dude?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You should be
the milk.
abandoning all of them right now.
Get the milk.
You should be abandoning all of them. You should be going to Vegas and putting it all on black, and then you win. You actually win. You doubled your net worth in a day, and then you put it all on red because you had a feeling, and then you lost it all, and then you're sitting in this casino's cafeteria where there's very nice food, but somehow it's still like a disgusting cafeteria, and you've got these crab legs and these lobster tails in front of you, but you're wondering what you're going to do after tonight because there's nowhere to go because you left home. That's what you should be doing.
People's ability to pull a random
Big idea.
scenario just out of bruh.
Not asking your kids, how was school? And then the mom sitting here. Mom sitting here, help dad cook the meal. They cooked it together as a family unit. You know, they didn't just fall into general norms. You know, they figured out that he bakes good and she makes great chicken. So she made the chicken, he baked some bread and everything. And it's all on the table together. They're watching their children eat it for the nourishment of their bodies. Food that they bought through the work that they do. They both work jobs. You have to be a 2-income household now. It can't just be one person working. And so they worked really hard and they bought that food and they cooked that food to the best of their ability. And now it's going to feed their children and give them good nourishment for their bodies. And they don't resent those kids at all. And that's crazy. Like, why aren't you looking at these kids like they ruined everything? Why aren't you telling them what you did before they were born? Like, like as a dad, you should be telling them, I used to dunk. I used to have a sick vertical. And then, you know.
Nah, he went like he it's like he pulled the scenario and then like when he started the scenario, he like built it from ground up. So I saw him like painting the picture as he was talking. He was like, no, your parents are working together? No, your dad should be talking about all the stuff he did before you were born. Like, your parents aren't looking at you like they resent you for half. I was like, oh my
Came along and I was trying to put your car seat in the car and close the door too fast and slam my knee. I'll never jump again. But enjoy your baked goods. Like, that's the type of dad that you should be. Just over here smiling at them, watching them enjoy your bread. Oh, Dad, it's so good. And as the mom, you're over here working a job, cooking as well, and not resenting anyone here. You did a great job cooking. Rosemary chicken, it's delicious. Succulent, not dry at all. How'd you manage that? How'd you manage not to dry it out? The rosemary's perfectly on there, and it not. And
It's always
you should
dry
be
as
here.
the chicken.
You should be cheating. You should be cheating to give your kid something to fight against, okay? You want to make your kid a star athlete, you go out there right now and you cheat. You break up this family so that the only solace they can find is baseball, and then they just hit dinger after dinger in every game because they're hitting their trauma. They're hitting their trauma. And then one day a scout from a good college, a college they couldn't possibly afford because it's not a two-income household anymore. One of those colleges comes to scout this kid. And they're like, yeah, trauma, I mean talent. And we have to get him on this school's team, full ride. He goes from that full ride to AAA minor into the majors. And then one day they're interviewing him at the end of a game where he's hit the dinger that won them the World Series. And he's like, hey, I don't know where, I'm sorry, I'm getting so emotional. I don't know where, like my mom and dad are, but just know that I love you and I hope you're watching. And I did this for you, okay? I did this for you. I love you so much. You should be doing that instead of just helping them with their homework. And the kids are like sitting there, well behaved, which is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're not hitting each other at all. They're not trying to put a fork in the other's temple at all. They're just sitting there enjoying like mom and dad's cooking and everything, laughing at each other's jokes. Hey, I have a joke. Everyone cares. Like it's you're sitting as a family
that is so fucking
right? You know, as the son, you should be sitting there yelling at your dad, give me back my skateboard or I'll kill you. Like that's more our speed, you know? And that's what it feels like to just go to another country and watch them go to the hospital when they need to go to the hospital. Like that's, just watch social safety nets happen and have just like a general care for citizens and stuff. That's what that feels like.
Yes, like literally other countries be having a lot more.
One of the things that makes it so bad is that we have this attitude because of the strength of the dollar and because it is the base of like the world's currency. Everyone compares their currency to the dollar, the strength of their currency, the strength of the dollar, and people would like to be paid in dollars, at least for now. And there's an attitude that we have as Americans that it has to be that way.
They don't care about their people, though.
That we don't know any
That's
other
why.
way, so it must
That's
stay that
literally
way.
the whole
So it really
connection
doesn't
he was
matter
making.
what
This
we
whole
do, but
thing
it
was
does.
a double
It does.
entendre.
All of that
The
belief,
connection
all of that
between
standard
the
for us
parents
as a standard is confidence.
is
And
us
if your
being
partners
the
lose
bad
confidence
parents, us
in you,
being America,
it's not going to be good
and
for
the
you.
other countries, if you go to another
if your
country and you
confidence
see how well they get
is
treated,
waning
it almost
because of
doesn't
moves
seem
that have been made and
real.
unpredictability, then people will
That shit is
try to
insane.
figure something else
Hey,
out.
but look, I'm glad you saying that because niggas ain't gonna talk
That's
about
a
shit
little
like that.
terrifying.
Don't talk about it, bro.
You know, I'm not an economist. I don't know how all of it works. I just know that you can only really
I saw a
build
video
the whole
yesterday.
world for so long.
I think it was some shit. Because it was, okay, so 2-3 years ago they said they was building it. But I just saw it for the first time yesterday.
Bro, was it like this guitar thing?
It was a kids for school. And it's like, the shit, alright, so it's like so I guess it's like a tram system and it goes through people's houses. The shit went to the girl's house. It said, Jee. She said, bye, mommy. Got in the Genesis, said, Jee. And she went straight to school.
What the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck, bro? And then you think about us, we arguing on the phone, I have any money for an Uber.
Or,
it's like,
make sure you watch your kids because there's going to be abductors looking near the bus stops.
human trafficking. Like,
Bro, like literally, that is what?
They don't gotta even worry about that. Like,
Literally, that's
that
not even something that crosses their mind. Like, what do you mean they get abducted on their way to school? Like, don't they just hop in their portal and go straight
See
there?
what I'm saying? Oh no, they still get on buses. Oh, what?
And they got to wait out there at 6 a.m.
What color look like?
You know what I mean?
No color. They're clear.
There was a flight
They're killing each other.
a couple years ago.
The clear
On this flight,
I see you still be doing shit.
this dude on the flight stands up mid-flight and is talking wild and reckless. This dude stands up and he's like, I'm gonna kill everybody in here, okay? All right, you're all gonna die. Do you understand me? Every single one of you is gonna bleed and die. And he's making all these weird movements, and he is freaking people out, and people are stuck in their seats. They're like paused in their seats. There's only one person who's like taking a little bit of cell phone footage of this dude because nobody knows what this dude is going to do, and he's getting up so confident and he's so scared because I guess he's like a bigger dude as well, and he's like, no, y'all are all gonna die. He's clearly having like some sort of mental episode, but at the same time nobody can know how serious he is or like what his problem is or anything, and people are frozen in their seats, right? And he's like, I'm gonna kill every single one of you, you're all gonna die, I'm gonna crash this plane. And then he tries to get into the cockpit as well. He can't get into the cockpit because that's locked, and finally this dude goes into I think it's his back pocket, right? And everybody's expecting a knife, a gun, and this dude has a spoon.
No. Yo, have you seen Gumball?
I used to love that
Remember,
show.
bro? Remember, I was always thinking like that one episode where he pulled out the spoon. He's like, no, chill. What? I was like, what is he gonna do with that spoon? You remember that, bro? I can't think of like the scenario. See, like if I could think of the scenario where they got there, I could probably like recognize the episode. But it was just that one part that stuck out to me. They had like a spoon.
Realized that all he had was a spoon.
Why not a knife?
This
I can only remember like half of some of that.
Dude, I'm saying, bro. There's only like highlights that I remember. Yeah.
There was
Like,
plenty
that
of
shit
cell phone
was
footage of
every
that.
day.
They were whooping this dude. I know they don't do it on flights anymore because people have allergies, but back in the day, they used to have peanuts on flights. And every once in a while, somebody would open the peanut packet too hard, and the peanuts would go everywhere. They go over the tray table, but then they go in the aisle, and they bounce all down the aisle because the plane was still getting some altitude and everything. And he kind of looked like that peanut. They were passing him around, beating his ass. They were really tossing him back and forth. And then he still had the spoon. It was like, wait.
Yo, you still have the spoon?
Man, that cracked me up. What? They made that man sound like tennis in there. That man, he was using the spoon a little bit. He was like, meh. And people were like, all right, fingers and eyes. There were other people who never got the chance to beat his ass that just watched it with their phones, and you could see them just... with the eyes going, ooh. And then they restrained him, and then they landed. Cops got on the plane like, damn. I thought we were whooping ass. This man tied down to the seat with seatbelts and duct tape and still got the spoon.
Hey, yo, this nigga never saw that.
And then, in the midst of all this turmoil, all this red, Trump tweeted, great time to buy.
What did you say?
That's the most unserious thing I've ever heard in my life. That's
great time to buy. So when stocks are low, he's pretty much saying, don't count us out yet. I have a plan still. You're going to see. America's going to... That's nasty work.
Trump is retarded.
honestly, look.
Great time
Admit
to
it
buy.
for a second to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud, but just know in your heart, if this was any other country, you would be laughing your ass off at that. That is
the fact
very,
that it's
very, very funny. That is so inappropriate and so funny at the same time.
You just don't want to believe it's
driving
real.
the car towards your car accident, going wee. And then because we don't have a serious
it's
system,
like someone driving
because
towards your car.
we're not doing things the way that your car accident and so funny at the same time. It's basically like somebody driving the car towards your car accident, going
driving the car towards your car. Going so like,
hey, that is tough though.
Yeah.
We don't have a
That's
serious
crazy
system
as fuck.
because we're not doing things the way that maybe anybody should do them. Somebody from Trump's administration, pretty sure his cabinet, and I don't want to say the wrong name, but just know that they're in his circle. They went on, maybe it was CNBC, it was one of the major news networks, and they were asked by the anchor, do you think there's any possibility that all these tariffs, all this stuff going out, is really just to raise the alarm bells, and that there's a possibility of a sort of 90-day situation, just like with Canada and Mexico. And then that guy said, yeah, the president's going to decide what he wants to decide. You know, he's going to do what he wants to do. But then, off of that, you heard me when I said, yeah, the president's going to decide what he's going to do. He's going to do. Yeah, just off that noise, that noise right there. Yeah. Someone clipped that and tweeted the and then they said that there was about to be a 90-day pause, and then the market went up $3 trillion
some money in cash, pretty much.
are not really here, I guess. Like, that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard. I knew money wasn't real before.
Yeah, losing $3 trillion in a day is insane.
He didn't even give it a full yeah. $3 trillion from, right? And then it went back down again because the White House came out and was like, we never said that. And so it dropped all the way back. And then like 2 days later.
And the countries that need us.
2 days later.
Bro. And you know what's crazy about that?
And we just
countries
lost.
that low-key need us, but they really don't. If them countries that we take care of went to any of the other countries, they'd be way better off, which is crazy.
Yes, that is insane.
But to us, we think we doing them a favor. We ain't doing shit but fucking $1
Bro, you was spitting right now.
That shit is crazy.
Bro, that shit is actually insane.
I'm starting to think the market only understands $3 trillion.
And it's crazy. In hindsight, when you look at some of these things you were taught in school, like how America made sure they had to wipe communism and the communist ideas off the face of the earth. So they went to Vietnam, they went to all these other places, helped South Korea and stuff like that. Are we the bad guys? That's all I gotta say.
Because we made it seem like we was going there to help.
I'm not saying I knew it.
Exactly.
What happened.
They did not fuck with us
money, like some of those people.
That's why the civilians
potentially
were also attacking us.
They had cars on the market for 2,000%, and then they very rich.
We are the pirates.
Trump even pointed one out. He was like, that guy made $9 billion to whatever he said.
Whatever he said.
And
you know what's funny?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I didn't expect it. I did not expect.
Caribbean accent?
It don't matter what kind of pirate it is. R, or it sounds Jamaican and shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo!
And most Jack Sparrow had one type of hairstyle.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just saying that when he said,
man,
I'm not saying I believe everything he says. I'm saying I thought he believed what he said when he said it. I thought, look, I'm not saying I believe when he says the thing, I don't know if I believe it. But when anyone says what they say, you would think that they would know if they believe it or don't believe it because they said it, because they're alone in there with their head to say it or not say it, and then to know if they're lying or not lying. But then I was not in his head, so I'm like, I don't know, right? But I thought he would know whether or not he meant what he said anytime he speaks, just for himself, not for us. I understand. The man can lie, but this in your head just for you is where I don't think you should be
probably how he can have bro, this thing is like the way I see it, because I always have parallels and things. This dude is like double entendreing stories off the dome.
That's not easy. Like I could do it, but if I try, I'ma fuck up. He's
Exactly.
trying hard, but it's hitting.
It's hitting though.
Like, he might go off a little bit.
Like he might be on like some tangents, but it stays parallel.
Then he's
and
black.
It's like, dude.
And then he's talking in English very well. So it's like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro, gonna be a beast.
Man.
He low key dropping jewels, like, you know, he making it funny, but people drunk as fuck, so they don't.
Dude, he's been dropping. He dropped some crazy gems. I dropped the video like a day or two ago. That one's doing well. It was like the only thing, or it's either the best or the only thing you can do in a recession. And pretty much the point of that video was you need to have community because you are much more likely to have a community than you are to become a billionaire. And the impact is even greater.
That is crazy to think about, true.
Yeah. And I was like, that people need to hear that one. I'm glad that one's doing good.
We can't even have a full community because
we're always getting separated. We're always getting divided. That's
that shit kind of eye-opening. Niggas don't know we still got problems and shit. They make it look so good.
Man.
And then my grandma talk about in the news. She's still going wild every time she sees. Like, it's like he put it in perspective. This shit is wild, man.
It really is.
I don't know if I believe it, but when anyone says what they say, you would think that they would know if they believe it or don't believe it because they said it, because they're alone in there with their head to say it or not say it, and then to know if they're lying or not lying. But then I was not in his head, so I'm like, I don't know, right? But I thought he would know whether or not he meant what he said anytime he speaks, just for himself, not for us. I understand. The man can lie, but this in your head just for you is where I don't think you should be able to fool yourself. I don't think you should be able to trick yourself that way. If you said it, you alone in your head in your room of one should know what you mean when you say it.
Come on.
And I know that doesn't make sense, but it makes as much sense as the tariffs because it is in his head by himself.
In his head by himself, it makes sense.
Damn.
That was the thing. That was the thing.
president
And
has
then
all to
he,
say.
reversed the tariffs on a bunch of countries.
We are
Actually
clearly
increased the
not on
tariffs
the same
China 'cause
page.
they had increased
He is
tariffs
not on the
us
same
in
page
the
with
wake
us at
of
all.
that thing happening. So then it was really just my dad can beat up your dad. I didn't forget you from before, so just know that my dad can beat up your dad. And then China was like, you don't look. China made a statement early into the little tariff trade war where they were like, if the U.S. wants a trade war or any other type of war, we're ready and we'll fight to the end. And that's a lot.
Yeah, that's or any other type of war. Yeah.
That's another place to take it.
They said, we will take it there if you
Trump
want
raised
to.
it to like
That's
almost
insane.
150% on, and this is my thing. I'm not an economist. I don't even know math. But can we at least keep the percents in the 100?
Within 100. I was like 100.
You know what I mean? Because we're getting into some dangerous territory. The only other place that percents have gone over 100 and has been bad for people in this way is Maury. Maury had people on that were 1,000% sure. They could have been more wrong. They could not have been more fundamentally incorrect. One of my favorite, in case you're not familiar with Maury, in case you have not been blessed with the afternoon programming, the after school watching that was Maury, there were episodes of Maury. Maybe my favorite episode of all time was white woman, white man, black baby, fraternity episode. That was art. So white woman over here, and she's like, that's his baby, Maury. That's his baby. Why won't he take care of his responsibilities, Maury? Okay, so we dated for a while. We would hook up from time to time, and then we broke up. So I was out. You know what I mean? I saw some people, but that's his baby. Look at it. The baby got head. He got head. That's his baby. All right. And then I never thought that I would have to say it this way, but then this poor white man had to, in real time, navigate making sure everyone understood he was not the father while not saying anything horrifically offensive. And to his credit, he really kept a cool head and did his best. He was like, okay, look. We all God's children, all right? Okay, and I mean this with no disrespect to the African-American gentleman baby or the community at large, but he and I are not
He was talking about a Maury episode.
Okay.
white man. Black baby.
Wait, okay. I see.
Dangerous territory. The only other place that 100 that could not have been more fundamentally incorrect. My favorite, in case you're not familiar with Maury, in case you have not been blessed,
I think I know
with
the clip he's talking about now.
programming,
With
the
those
after
little...
school watching that was Maury. There were episodes of Maury. Maybe my favorite episode of all time
After school?
was white woman, white man,
White man.
black baby. Fraternity episode.
It's good.
That
At that point,
was
it's
art.
exploitation, bro. I don't care.
Like,
I listen to what he said.
White woman over here, and she's like, that's his baby, Maury. That's his baby. Why won't he take care of
Remember
his
that?
responsibilities? Okay, so we dated for a while. We would hook up from time to time, and then we broke up. So I was out. You know what I mean? I saw some people, but that's his baby.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yep. Cause
Explain that as you go.
I'm not wrong.
That's his baby. It's really just a waste.
And then I
There's no
never
meaning.
thought that I would have to.
I'm sad.
say
Just
it
waste
this
of
way, but
time.
then
Pure entertainment.
This
But is it
poor
really
white man.
entertainment? Hold on.
A distraction.
Bingo.
Come
That's
on
what I was
now.
about to say.
Yeah,
'cause,
you got it. I was like, you on it? You on it?
Because that's
A distraction.
So I was
It's the
out. You know what I mean? I
definition.
saw some people, but that's his baby. Look at it. The baby got head. He got head. That's his baby.
The more we spend our attention on that, Trump can keep on doing what he has to do without us pushing back.
Exactly.
And then I never thought that I would have to say it this way, but then
That's why I said we are not on the same
this
page.
poor white man
Like even the Trump supporters, like a majority of them are not on the same page with him anymore.
had to,
Like,
in real
And
time,
they realized he lied to him.
You probably real quick.
making sure
Yeah.
everyone
I was
understood he
thinking
was
like,
not the.
if China if we do go to war with China,
We're
and
cooked.
they pull up over here and they line us up, and say for example, right, they pick Trump out, And they say what you need to say before we kill you. No, we need to know why we should still have y'all as a continent before we blow y'all shit up. He gonna say some crazy shit, and he gonna say, okay, let's see if your same citizens are on the same page. And then I come out and say, honestly, I think we should give y'all all of our money, and I think that we should, heal everything and take away all of our bases from all of y'all countries. And it wouldn't match up because Trump, that shit, boy.
Yeah, dude.
Because I honestly, if you ask me if I had any choice of being the president, bro, the first thing I would do is go to every single. Well, because I'm not Trump. I would go to every single continent, and I would basically kiss ass in a sense, like in the most reasonable way.
In the most reasonable way possible. Like,
let them know, like
but the fact of the matter, and why like we get caught in this like two-way thing is that a lot of these people, their morals and their values get bought out by companies who have no real morals or values other than how they make money.
How they make fucking money.
When you are held up by these people who are paying you with their mindset not on the people, you end up making decisions that are more on your financial benefit side with a disregard for how the people will be affected.
Exactly. Like, it don't make no sense. Like,
yeah. And
then some people don't got a heart, so even if they do think about people, it'll only be their family.
That's literally like with the CEO thing, people really realize like we look at these billionaires like monsters because they quite literally have the funds to be able to change. And I know, right? They have the funds to be able to change and like benefit, like make crazy waves, and they don't.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, and they don't.
Father, while not saying anything horrifically offensive. And to his credit, he really kept a cool head and did his best. He was like, okay, look.
I'm not even
God's
gonna do
children.
it.
All right. Okay, and I mean this with no disrespect to the African American gentleman baby or the community at large, but he and I are not kin. And then Maury, who is normally the voice of reason, who you think would have his back.
Oh, he's just
says out loud, you don't think this could be your child? And this man is sitting here like, boy, don't make me say it. Are you serious? Look at the screen. And then he read it out. He was like, the DNA results are in. He pulls it out of the envelope and he goes, when it comes to the case of 2-year-old.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Lori's last name is Povich. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all go do y'all history, do your root word research about Vitch, the itches and all that, and then come back and just watch that shit.
Previous.
Dr. Phil's wife. Talking about white people. Big black people.
Yeah.
Mike. You are not the father.
It's about to.
And of course, she was like,
no,
she did 6 backflips and ran outside. And then he went, yeah, I know. Y'all be blessed. And that's my thing. It's like if you're gonna be more than 100% sure, you have to be so sure. You have to be right. You have to be correct. And China came out with a statement. I think it was today. It might have been yesterday. I don't know. I just saw it where they were like, due to the U.S. Tariff raise, we will be raising tariffs 125%, and any other raises the U.S. Will do in retaliation will be inconsequential and will be seen as a joke in the history of economies.
Who said that?
China.
And I'm just saying.
China has been joking, us for a minute.
Maybe you don't want to get into a math contest with China.
So maybe you don't want to get into a math contest.
Y'all been fantastic. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Shout out, bro, man. Shout out Josh Johnson.
Shout out you, bro. Real shit.
That was a good experience. I can't lie. Bro's doing his thing. You see, I started like I think last year, dude had like almost 100K. He at 1.5 million now. So he's getting reach, and he ain't letting up the content either.
You know, it's like, and the bro probably might not see this video, but energy wise, putting it out there,
Man.
I'm pretty sure it was days where bro was probably losing his mind, like with these type of thoughts, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before he blew up, he probably thought, he was like, he losing his mind. Shit, nobody think about shit like this, but like shit like this, you gotta keep going, bro. You getting all the approval you need.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, bro. Because at least with you know what's good about this? At least with comedy, if he say some crazy shit, he could play it off as a joke and still drop knowledge at the same time.
Yes.
So
that's why I love
yeah,
this
keep
shit,
doing
bro.
your thing, bro. Damn, comedy is actually a good field.
It is a great
knowledge,
field.
man.
And like I like it. I like things like this because like I said, with the parallels of like him making certain connections and it all being like a
Straight
consistent, like
you don't
that's a art form. Just like when we make multiple layers in our lyrics, I see it in the same type of like brain category. Like
it really is, and that's why we relate so much.
Exactly.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah. So shout out Josh Johnson, bro.
Shout out, bro.
That jump was a good video. You already know what we do here.
And it's a black brother at that.
Yeah, bro. So you know we gotta show the support over here, man. If y'all like that video, man, y'all already know what to do. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, because all we do is chill over here. And with that being said, y'all be great. Y'all be safe. Keep on getting to that bag, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. Peace.